I'm gonna show you how you can manage subscriptions. Actually, the customer can manage it by themselves. So let's see what we are going to do in this tutorial. You see here the websites. It's for testing purpose, of course. Let me refresh this. And as you can see, there is no level. It's only one level, and it's the starters level. And you always want to give your customers a free accounts. So otherwise, they don't gonna pay directly. Of course, you can also use a temporary subscription where they can test it out. But let's just see, there is no current plan on this accounts, and as you can see, everything is cancelled because I have tested it out. So we're going to subscribe, and it will be redirect to Stripe. If you want to know how I have done this with Ideal and Stripe, then you can check out the other tutorials, Paymatic and Stripe. So we're just gonna select a bank and a file name, and we're gonna pay for it. Now, what I want to show you before I finish the payment, see this is the test environment, is that there is no subscription yet. And that is very important because you don't want to allow customers that didn't pay to get in a membership level. So now when we are going to pay, then we wait a little bit, and you can see that the subscription will be added to this particular user or customer. And we wait a little bit. As you can see, it's now a pro member. And when we go into the subscriptions and we're going to manage them, then I want to say I want to cancel this subscription. And when I cancel it, then you can see that the fields are added again on the website, so they can subscribe once again once they have changed their minds. But when we are refreshing the page, then you can see that they have been deleted from the pro membership. And I'm going to show you how you can do that. First, the plugins that you need the Elementor and the Elementor Pro. The Fluent Boards is not important, of course. Fluent Forms, and you also need the Pro package. Then you have to use I'm using Login Press, but that is maybe for another time. Paymatics and Paymatics Pro, and you need the Uncanny Animator and the Uncanny Animator Pro. And as last, you need the wishlist membership. Now, what you also have to do is install a plugin like WordPress Vfit to make a backup of your database. Because when things are going wrong, then you can use the backup from the database so that you're not getting confused or frustrated. And another thing, don't use caching plugins because they also can troubleshooters, being troubleshooters. So the first thing that I did was making the membership levels, and there is the free membership level, that is the one that I don't have to pay for, is with the registration automatically adds a non wishlist member user to the registration level, so that they can get access to the um, free plan. And the additional settings, you always have to use the Paymatic user. That's very important that it is a Paymatic user. So because when we are going to make the Fluent forms and we are using the integrations, then you can see that they also will be added to the Paymatic user. And when you want to have restrictions on your menu, then you can see that um, they only it only works when it's a paymatic user. So um, when a member, a wishlist member, is logged out, then you can restrict that. Or in this case, is it logged in? It's Dutch, but you know the case. All right, let's start. So these are the settings for the Uncanny Animator, and I'm showing you this first because I want to notice something. This is the recipe that we're going to make when the customer has paid. Otherwise, do nothing. So they don't get directly access to the pro plan when they didn't pay, when they didn't success the page. And this is the one from the Fluent forms, and they get directly access to the pro plan even if they didn't pay. So that is the difference. And the only difference is when they get directly access to their pro plan even when they didn't pay, is that the webhook comes from um, the wishlist membership from the form, from Fluent Forms, and then you catch the email address and then you put them into a membership level. So that is the difference. While the other ones, so delete a subscription when they cancel that, they hooked, they are hooking with Stripe directly with Stripe. So that is the difference. You have to make a webhook, and this is to add them to the level pro level, and you have to use the data object customer email. Now you can also catch the ID, but I thought the email is more practical because I'm going to show you that later on when we go into the page where we embed the form and then add them to the membership pro. So you have to catch the webhooks in a Johnson format, and then you grab the data that you need. In this case, I'm using email. So when we go scrolling down, there are lots that you don't need. So you can delete all those that you don't need. And then when you see this, then set the user data, and the field must be a customer email, data object customer email, and otherwise do nothing, and move them to the pro version. And of course, when you are working on this, um, don't make it live, toggle it off, even when you run the webhooks. So you have to toggle it off. And this recipe is for everyone. So it don't have to be a logged in user. Otherwise you can't make the webhook anyway. So you toggle it on, off, and then you go to Stripe, and then you can send the data once again. And as you can see here on the right side, and you can see everything what you need. Now, if you don't see the email in Uncanny Animator, then it's because you didn't push it into Stripe. So you didn't point the charge captured and the customer subscription deleted. So those are the two that you need for this webhook, for this action. So that is one webhook. That is one action webhook, and then the action. And let's see what the other one does. And that is of course this one. So once again it will run with the webhook, and as you can see I've made a terrible mistake because this is a webhook that I showed you in the beginning is for deleting the subscription. So this is the webhook that you have to use. So the other webhook And I'm so sorry. I'm going to show you what the events are on the other webhook that you have to able. So this is the advanced for when you want to add somebody on a membership level. So these are the three advanced that you have to check. Sorry about that. And this is the one to delete them from the membership level. So let's return to the fields or to the actions from Uncanny Animate Recipe. And there you can see that I've captured all the data, and we're scrolling down. It seems like it never ends. Then once again, it's for everyone, and then you capture the email. But in this case, the only thing that you have to adding is the data status. So you grab that from the webhook. When you go in here, then you see here all you can use from the webhook, and then it must contain the criteria must be contains cancelled, and we're going to cancel this as well. But you can also grab other data. For example, when you are using an time periods, so the subscription will be deleted only when there is a certain of time passed. So you can add another condition, and then you go search for the webhook once again. So the token is, and then go to the webhook, and then the period of ending the subscription. So the data occurrence periods ends is, and then you can enter the value. Now notice that you can also use the form ID when you get some problems. If you use the form ID, then you can use also the recurring payments. So the form ID is lives also the um, in the form ID, in the current payment ID. So you can use that for that as well. And if you can see here, then you can copy it. So this is the ID from the subscription, and you can play around with it and you can do whatever you want. That's the most important thing is that you get the picture, because the current payment is set on 0. You can see here it's 0, so then the criteria will be 0. So when they don't have to pay anything, then the subscription will be deleted. So the first thing that I did is made a form in Fluent Forms, and the other thing that I've added was I was going to the integrations and I toggled in user registration or updates, and then I've made a form, and the form contains the first name, the secret name, or the email, and the passwords, and that's the other thing that you have to embed. Then you go to the settings, and you can redirect them to their subscription page. And I'm going in details how you make the form, because you already know. And then you can use the username and the passwords, and as you can see here, once again, the role will be a Paymatic user. That's very important. You can use the auto login, but you don't have to, and all the things that you want to know about making this form. That's not what this is about, this tutorial, but I'm sure you find something, because it is a very good plugin, and there are many videos and tutorials. Then we go to the Paymatic and we go into the integrations. So we we can use the user registration for as well, but it's not necessary on this time, because we already did it with Fluent Forms. And as you can see here, then we have enabled the webhook, and that's only when you don't want to use Stripe. when you want to let them be able to log in directly when they want, or directly register them for a level on the wishlist membership levels. So you go to the settings, and then you go to the webhooks. It only shows up when you have activated, so keep that in mind. And then when you using the webhook, you can see that it is in post and Johnson. Now you can also use the puts option, but it doesn't work. Why did I say that? If it doesn't work, why do you have to say that, Marco? Well, let's go back to the recipes. So this is the webhook that I've grabbed from Uncanny Animator, and then we go into this one. So what you have to do, you have to run the webhooks when you want to grab the data. Otherwise, it won't work. So the only thing that you have to do then is use the webhook and then add them to a membership level, and that would be all. Now the benefits of that is, of course, when you have the forms, then you can use the conditional logics. So you can make checkboxes and then run it only when there is a particular criteria. So you make here another field with a checkbox, and then you can say, do you want to be added to the membership level 1 or 2 or 3 or pro or the free. It's up to you, but yeah, they don't pay. Why should you build a website for membership levels when they don't have to pay? So we go into the form and we adding it, and the only thing that I did is I've made a plan, subscription plan. So there are two options. They can pay monthly, once a month or each day or week, sorry. And when you grab the little wheel, then you can see that choose one for multi-pricing plan. You can use a select button or the radio. You can discover that all by yourself. And then you can say, well, this is the default one. You can make the price. So it speaks for itself. The only thing that I did is to make them not confused is that I've chosen for the name and the email for the hidden fields. So when you are watching this, then I grabbed here the data and current user info, and then I use the first name and another hidden fields for the email. So I chose for the current user email. And the benefit of that is that when they have logged in, they don't have to fill it in manually. It's already filled in for them, so they can make a mistake. Now you see here a dollar sign, but don't mention it because I've chosen for the euro, and this is a little bit it's something that I have to work on, because you have to, when you want to translate it, it doesn't translate everything, so you have to use a plugin or a put. But yeah, then when you are going here, then you can translate it a little bit. All right. Now let's go to the pages where I've embedded this email or this this form. But the first thing is, of course, the integration. So you go to the membership levels because we need the integrations, and then you want to choose for other servers and for Elementor. See the hooks. I don't need them actually, but what is important is the Elementor. So check that on, and that's the only thing that you have to do. And enable it. So these are subscription page. So you have to use two shortcodes, and one is from the Paymetics form, and the other one is for the Paymetics subscription page. And then when you go into this, this is the where they can pay for the subscription. So I've used one or the other way. It didn't work very well. I did it a couple of times with Elementor, but unfortunately it was messing things out. So let's go back to the Gutenberg. And I think that is not the fault of Elementor or Visual Membership, but I think that it's the fault of, because I've played too much with this website. So I have to clean up the database. So that's why it's important that you make a backup for your database. And then the restriction, wishlist membership restriction. When they are a pro member, then um, they won't see the form. So they can't pay twice. It can be confusing. So it won't show up when they are pro members. And you can build it up for whatever you want. With the starter, the pro, you can add as many membership levels if you like. So yeah, there was it. So the most important is this one. I'm gonna show you it once again. Not that you didn't understand it, but safety first. And I'm gonna show you the other one. That's for deleting them from a membership level. Doopy-doo. So that is it. And of course, this is test mode, but you can also use the live mode, and it's the same story. And you can go to the subscriptions and delete them all. And just start all over again when you get yourself in some troubles. Most of the time you have to delete the whole thing. Well, I'll see you later, guys. Have a nice day, and leave the comments if you have something to ask. There are other tutorials where I also made other tutorials about this. So check out my channel, and I'll see you later. Bye.